Cody Rice. Rice, he's got an opening. Rice, he could go all the way. He's got one man to beat.
Chase Becker spins, hangs, complete. Broughton breaks through. It's a race to the end zone. Touchdown, Sioux. The Sioux strike first.
Used to be on the right.
Hawkers back on top as Region 8 champions.
That's Ben Henig. Henig with a load of steam, and he pulls over.
One as Blake Burnstrom looks to go. Blake Burnstrom floating in midair for two.
Backdoor cut. Cheryl Hayes off the glass for two. There is Nesham. Wow, look at that shot by Addison Nesham. She's putting on a show. You think her heart is pounding? No way. The Lusitania Bertho Bombers are headed to the state.
Corner, 3 seconds, Simiano. No. Put back, no. The Killdeer Cowboys survive.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of GameDay Media, LLP, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent by GameDay Media, LLP.
GameDay Media, LLP does not own the rights to the background music of this live stream. All rights belong to the music owners. No copyright infringement intended.
Today's Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by RTC Networks,
Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust,
Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, attorneys at law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels LLC, McKenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank, TNT Measurements Incorporated, Northern States Fishing Tools, WCAG Church, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Wolfpack Booster Club, Sorensen Ranch, BNC National Bank, Best Angus and Quarter Horses of Watford City, NCC.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Dad.
Can you hang out with Grandpa for a bit? I'm down in the barn.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll be up there in a bit.
RTC Networks capture cameras. Keep an eye on what you care about.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries.
But, maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand.
But, maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank.
But, maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351. Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help.
exceptional. One of Coach Dwyer's favorite memories is when you blocked a shot in the stands and was still smiling about 3 possessions later. Please give Miley and her family a round of applause. Amelia Wisness. And Heather Wisness. This is Amelia's 5th year being in the high school basketball program. Amelia's coachability, communication, and defense has been spectacular. One of Coach Dwyer's favorite memories is when you hit a buzzer-beating 3-pointer against Hazen in regionals. Let's all give Amelia and her family a nice round of applause. Seniors, thank you for all the hard work, commitment, and all the great memories you've given us on the basketball floor. Watford City is extremely proud and lucky to have you. All of you will be greatly missed next year. Let's have one more round of applause for this great group of student athletes.
Senior night here in Watford City. Apologize, we had some audio difficulties during the first little while of that ceremony. Unfortunate as they honored those seniors, but looks like we got it figured out now and should be good to go for the rest of the evening. Senior night here tonight in Watford City as 5 seniors are going to be playing in their last game here at the Rough Riders Center. Last game in front of their home fans. I want to welcome you into our Hagen Equipment pregame show here tonight from the Rough Riders Center. My name is Titus Tenberg. Happy and proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play action between the Watford City Wolves and the Shiloh Christian Skyhawks in this outstanding matchup of girls basketball in Division A, Region 4. My partner tonight is Ross Sundin. Ross, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, Titus. Thank you for having me.
Definitely. Going to be a fun one here this evening as these two teams renew their rivalry. Watford City won this matchup way back in the beginning of December in the very first game of the year when they knocked off Shiloh Christian by 10. But that was 18 games ago, so anything can happen here tonight.
There's been a lot of change in those last 18 games for certain.
That is for sure. Sounds like a little more ceremony is going on down on the floor. We're going to try and toss it down there and see if we can catch what's going on.
You hustled hard, you gave your best, through every drill, through every test.
Now, as you step onto the court tonight, under the glow of the senior night lights, know our hearts are bursting with pride for the player you are, for the fire inside.
It's not just the points or the games you've won, it's the person you've been, how far you've come. This chapter ends, but your story goes on. Our star on the court, our beloved ones. We love you girls, love your biggest fans, your basketball moms.
Little extra touch there from the senior moms. Special night here this evening at the Rough Riders Center. This pregame show is brought to you by Hagen Equipment, your source for Case IH, Bobcat, and many more lines of equipment right here in Watford City, North Dakota. Visit Clayton and his crew out on South Main Street right here in Watford City. The memories are continuing to play here on the big screen at the Rough Riders Center, and there come the Wolves taking the floor for their final home game of the season. And it's their second to last game of the regular season as they will match up with a road game taking on Dickinson Trinity Titans later on this year. It'll be next Monday when their regular season comes to an end.
Well, as emotional as it is, I'm sure for these 5 seniors, I can't imagine to be what it would be like to be a mother of one of those 5 seniors.
Yep, that's for sure. Yep, it's a bittersweet night for sure for everybody involved with the program. It feels like basketball season sometimes lasts forever and careers can go on, and then all of a sudden, just like that, it's over.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you experienced it a few times as a dad, no doubt, too. So.
Well, I'm a father of 3 girls, so I've experienced it on both ends there, mom and daughters.
Right.
But the one thing I'll say about these seniors, I think that this group collectively has been so resilient throughout the year.
Yeah.
And at times when you look at their record, 14-5, it's a little deceiving because a few of those games could have gone either way in the last minute.
Yep.
So the Wolves, I think, have a lot more potential than what their record shows. And I think the same thing can be said for Shiloh Christian as well. They've really played some tough games this year. They lost to Hazen last week by only 4 points. Hazen, of course, the #1 team in Region 4. So I think what we're going to see tonight is a real exciting game between 2 very competitive programs.
Yes. We're going to visit with both head coaches. I'm going to wander on downstairs and get ready for our Watford City Farmers Union Oil Company Coaches Comment segment as we visit with Coach Tom Dwyer of the Watford City Wolves and Dan Seifert of Shiloh Christian. Stick around. You're watching Game Day Media.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Welcome back to Watford City's Rough Riders Center. I'm here with Watford City head coach Tom Dwyer. Coach, it's senior night. What does this group of seniors mean to you in this program?
This is a great group. I called up the whole 8th grade group. This seniors, when they were 8th graders, I called the whole 8th grade group up. And so I've gotten to be with these guys for 5 years now. So it's been, a long time of getting to know them, and just one of the best parts of coaching is just getting to interact with the kids. So, you're always sad the next year when you lose that personality because it's kind of part of your family, and all of a sudden you're kind of missing the little things that they do every day that makes you laugh. And this was a really special group.
Opponent tonight is Shiloh Christian, a team that you played way back in the very first beginning game of the season. Them again.
Yeah, I think we just got to play solid basketball on both sides of the court. They're tall. They have 3 6-foot girls, so we're going to have to do a good job of moving the ball. We're going to have to do a good job of playing team defense, and if we need to pinch a little bit, and then do a better job of recovering when we need to do that. So I'm looking forward to just seeing where both teams have. How much better they've gone from that first game of the year.
All right. So look forward to it. Best of luck here tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
That's Watford City head coach Tom Dwyer as he gets his girls ready to go for one last home game. We're going to toss it back upstairs. I'm going to go over to the other side and visit with head coach Dan Seifert of Shiloh Christian right after this quick timeout.
Mark your calendars. Best Angus and Quarter Horses annual production sale will be taking place on Monday, March 2nd. We've been raising registered Black Angus and Quarter Horses in some of North Dakota's most rugged badlands for almost 20 years. This year's offering will include 11 top-cut 2-year-olds and 85 yearling bulls. We'll have 3 fancy ranch geldings and 2 excellent prospects from our new stallion, Classy Red Favors. Lunch at noon, sales at 2. Hope to see you there.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more, located in Alexander, North Dakota.
Welcome back to GameDay Media, as I'm here with Shiloh Christian head coach Dan Seifert. Coach, you come in with a 9-9 record. What has this season been like for you and your girls?
We've had a lot of ups and downs this year. Put in a new defense, and the last probably 5-6 games, we finally got used to that. So I think we're ready to roll here a little bit more now.
You're kind of locked into that 4 spot, it looks like, in the region standings right now. What do you want to see from your girls both tonight and in your regular season finale as you prepare for tournament time?
There's one thing that's really been we're having trouble with, and that's our baseline drive defense. So we're going to really focus on that tonight and the next 3 games here and see if we can stop the drive to the baseline.
Taking on a good Watford City team here that's playing on their home court, their senior night. What's it going to take to knock off the Wolves here tonight in a region game?
Well, I know last time we played them, they hit 10 threes, so our perimeter defense is going to be key. Our transition defense will be key because I know they're fast. They like to run. So those are 2 big things that we really got to work tonight.
All right, sounds good. Looking forward to it. Best of luck here tonight and the rest of your season, Coach.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Shiloh Christian head coach Dan Seifert. Once again, those coaches' comments are brought to you by Watford City Farmers Union Oil Company. And we will step aside. When we come back, we'll have your starting lineups, a spotlight player from each team, and a whole lot more. You're watching the Hagen Equipment Pregame Show on GameDay Media.
Our lives are made up of moments. From first moments to big moments to everyday moments. At First International Bank and Trust, we support you with local service and checking and savings solutions to help you reach your goals, shape your legacy, and make your moments happen. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first since 1910.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on GameDay Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
We started with small beginnings. And just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. BNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA.
Welcome back to the Rough Riders Center, presented by Northern States Fishing Tools. The captains meeting going on down there at half court. One of those captains is Macy Thompson for Shiloh Christian. Unfortunately, she will not be able to play tonight, so Shiloh Christian comes in a little bit short-handed for this particular matchup. But they'll still be a very good opponent for these Wolves to try and knock off a second time in the season. It's always hard to beat a good team twice in the same year, and we'll see if the Wolves can do that. They've already done the hard job of getting a win over a good team on the road. Now they'll try to do it for a second time here at the Rough Riders Center. Since these two teams have been in the same division, this is the third year now, they have had a pretty good rivalry. Shiloh Christian had the early advantage with the wins in the first 2 years that these teams played, including the region championship game, the very first year of the three-division system when they met up down in Beulah in the region championship game in 2024. And then Watford City finally getting their first win over Shiloh Christian after a third-place game loss last year, and along with the regular season loss. So kind of got the monkey off their back as they finally were able to beat Shiloh to start this season, and they'll try to do it for a second time here tonight. So we heard Coach Seifert talk about the season that they've had, ups and downs. He's had a lot of them here this year as they come into the record of 9-9. That's about as up and down of a record as you can get, right at 500. They are 6-5 in region play. They average 47 points per game, and they give up right around 51 points per game. Watford City coming in scoring 58 points a game and allowing 46 points per game on defense. This time, let's take a look at our TNT Measurements Spotlight players for Watford City. We're going to put the spotlight on Bailey Matson, playing her final home game. And what a career it's been for Bailey, wouldn't you say, Ross?
Well, it sure has. You heard Coach Dwyer talk about moving his group of seniors up when they were just in the 8th grade. So we've had an opportunity to watch Bailey really grow into herself as a player and as a person, and she's just done a fantastic job.
She crossed the 1,000-point mark a few home games ago. She comes into this ball game averaging 13.5 points per game, 5.3 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and 2.4 steals per game. She is definitely a player to watch for Watford City. On the other side, for Shiloh, going to put the spotlight on one of their seniors, number 11, Sophia Herringer. Sophia is one of the 6-footers that Coach Dwyer talked about. She is listed at 6'1". She is Shiloh's leading scorer with 14.4 points per game, 7.4 rebounds per game, and 3 steals per game. She's got some long arms, and she can create some havoc both on offense and on defense.
Well, she sure can. You know, Sophia Herringer just really leading by example down at Shiloh Christian. She's been a lot of fun to watch this year, and I think she's going to be sorely missed. Yes, she will be. Yeah, both of these teams have some seniors on their roster that they're going to miss next year, and both of them pretty motivated to make a long postseason run here this year. These two teams, as mentioned, met in the championship game the first year, then they met in the third-place game in last year's tournament. Watford City got to the state tournament. They both made it to the state tournament that first year. Shiloh earning the berth with the region championship, and then the Wolves won it in the state play-in game as they defeated Turtle Mountain. And then last year, in that third-place game that eliminated Watford City from postseason play, Shiloh Christian went on to the next round, and they lost in the state play-in game to Turtle Mountain. So these teams have had a lot of postseason games and some mixed success there, and both ultimately trying to get back to that state tournament. Well, for sure. You know, for me, it goes all the way back to 2016 when John Zenz had a loaded Watford City team. And they beat Shiloh Christian earlier in the season, went over to Grand Forks in the state tournament, and got upset in the finale.
In the state championship game, yes. So, yep, it's a long-standing rivalry. It took a few years off when Watford City went up to the old Class A, but it's kind of picked up right where it left off, I would say there. Two pretty storied girls basketball programs, no doubt.
Absolutely.
Shiloh Christian and Watford City. At this time, let's take a look at our starting lineups. They're brought to you by Patriot Fuels, conveniently located on Highway 85 between Watford City and Alexander. One change in the starting lineup for Watford City as they're going to go with one sophomore, Annabelle Bond, and then 4 seniors. Logan Hanna, Bailey Matson, Amelia Wisness, and Miley Roan. That's the lineup for head coach Tom Dwyer. He is assisted by Pat Wagenecht, Sydney Headings, Riley Fowler, and Trini Morgan. For Shiloh Christian, they're going with a freshman, Ireland Duffy, sophomore, Layla Thompson, 2 seniors, Sophia Herringer and Harper Wrigley, and a junior, Katie Hamron, for head coach Dan Seifert. He is assisted by James Baker, Carter Seifert, and Heather Schmidt. We're going to step aside one last time. When we come back, we'll have the national anthem, the announcement of the starting lineups down on the floor, and a whole lot more. You're watching Game Day Media.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Wollaston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service. Game Day Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through Game Day Media. Together, we make a winning team. At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
Welcome back to the Rough Riders Center. Titus Denberg and Ross Sundin with you here tonight. Coy Hartle in the producer's chair. I was going to call you Coy Producer. And then we got Matt Gonzalez once again on the camera, bringing you all of the sights from this Division A, Region 4 girls basketball matchup. Shiloh Christian coming in a record of 9-9 overall, 6-5 in region play. Watford City 14-5 overall, 9-2 in region play. As they dim the lights, we're going to toss it down once again to our PA announcer, Phil Edge.
Welcome to the Rough Rider Center, sponsored by Northern States Fishing Tools. And Watford City High School welcomes you to this contest between the Skyhawks of Shiloh Christian and your Watford City Wolves. We ask at this time that everybody rise and remove your headwear and stand at attention while we play our national represent your school and community by your actions. Help us to be number one in sport. And now, the starting lineups for tonight's contest. Starting with our visiting team, the Skyhawks from Shiloh Christian. Number 3, a 5'3" guard, freshman, Ireland Duffy. Number 4, a 5'6" guard, sophomore, Layla Thompson. Number 11, a 6'1" forward, senior, Sophia Herringer. Number 15, a 6'1" guard forward, junior, Katie Hammerin. And number 24, a 6'1" forward guard, senior, Harper Wrigley. Shiloh Christian is head coached by Dan Seifert. Assistant coaches James Baker, Carter Seifert, and Heather Schmidt. And now, introducing our Watford City Cheer Squad. Paige McClune, Katarina Garaventa, Alicia Astolfi, Josephina Ray, Jasmine Colseth, Brielle Delgado, Emily Walker, Stephanie Mendoza, Laura Wurzel, Brooke Colseth, Madison Colseth, Nayara Briones, Tyler Cifuentes, Natalie Flores, and Sloan Hardy. Watford City Cheer is coached by Chelsea Schatz and Chelsea Killian. Now introducing your Watford City starting lineup. A sophomore, number 1, Annabelle Bond.
Starting at a guard, standing at a staggering 6 feet, 7 inches tall, senior number 5, our local gunslinger, Logan Hanna.
Starting at guard, then forward, then probably back to guard. A 5'8" to 6'1" senior, depending on the shoes she's wearing. Number 10, Bailey the Ballin' Queen Matson.
Starting for the Wolves, a 5'9" senior, number 12, Amelia Westness.
And now, for the last time on the home court, we've got 5'10" senior, center wearing number 40, in size 13 shoe, Big Miley Road.
Watford City's head coach is Thomas Dwyer and assisted by Pat Wegenek, Sydney Headings, Riley Fowler, and Trini Morgan. The officials for this contest are registered members of the North Dakota High School Athletics Activities Association. These officials are voted on by the coaches. The officials tonight are Peter Sikora, Richard Sinar, and Drew Plogin.
Well, starting lineup, unlike any other that I've ever seen before. They had the dads announce each of their daughters for senior night. That was pretty cool. And now here's our opening tap. It's won by Miley Roan and the Wolves. Logan Hanna quickly over to Amelia Wisness, out to Annabelle Bond for 3. And it is off the mark as we are underway from Watford City. Here come the Skyhawks quickly the other way, as that is Ireland Duffy up top to Katie Hammerin. Dribble handoff to Duffy. An opening tip-off was brought to you by Northern States Fishing Tools, locally owned fishing and rental tool company, serving the Williston Basin since 1978. Shiloh Christian taking their time and then committing a turnover as a traveling is called against Harper Wrigley. Both teams have had a possession. Watford City 0 for 1 from the field. Shiloh Christian did not get a shot off as they commit a first possession turnover. Well, Ross, what did you think of that starting lineup?
I really enjoyed it. That's the first time I've seen the dads introduce their daughters, and I thought they did a great job.
They certainly did. As that three-pointer is attempted from the left wing, missed by Layla Thompson. Rebound to the Wolves. Bond brings it up the floor. Annabelle averaging 10.6 points per game. Just under 5 rebounds to go along with 3.5 assists and the always impressive 5 steals per game. Here's Logan Hanna for 3, a little bit too strong. Rebound. Wrigley and Roan almost had simultaneous possession. Wrigley able to collect it for the Skyhawks. Here's Herringer flying towards the hoop. No. Rebound by Hamrin, and she will draw a foul.
Well, you can see both teams setting out to a good pace tonight.
Foul is called on Bailey Madsen, her first.
I'm really impressed with how well Shiloh runs the floor, considering the height of those young ladies.
Bailey Madsen called for that foul as Katie Hamrin scores the first point of the night. Katie averages 5.9 assists per game. That's the lowest number out of her big 3 stats. 8 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, and those 5.9 assists per game. So she does a lot for this Skyhawks team, and she breaks the ice with a couple of free throws and puts her team ahead 2-0 as that pass from Matson a little bit too tall for Wisness, and the Wolves commit their first turnover of the ball game. Just underway, senior night from Watford City. Happy to have you aboard this evening on Game Day Media. I'll remind you there's district tournament action going on just up the road in Williston as the District 5 girls basketball tournament has begun. They had a play-in game on Tuesday. They got 4 first-round games up there tonight. Shiloh Christian trying to add to their early 2-0 lead, and a blocking foul will be called against Annabelle Bonnet. Ross, as we take a look at this RTC Networks instant replay, it seemed like their feet got tangled up a little bit, as the foul will be called on Bond, her first.
It's going to be an interesting matchup tonight to watch the front court for Shiloh Christian versus the front court for Watford City. A lot of youth on both sides of the ball there, and a lot of quickness.
A couple of sophomores check into the ball game for Watford City. Harley Jacobson and Salil Shoemaker, as that shot was partially blocked, but the offensive rebound on the putback falls for Katie Hammerin on the reverse layup. She's got an early 4 as Shiloh now leads it 4-0. Shoemaker makes the 3, drives, right-hand layup, short, rebound, yanked down by Sophia Herringer. Watford City 0 for 4 from the field to start this one. Here they get a steal. It's Salil Shoemaker with a steal. She averages 3 steals per game, and she gets an early one here in her first minute of action.
Thought it was interesting, Shiloh Shoemaker coming in and exploiting the baseline that we'd heard Coach Seifert talk about earlier.
Matson misses the 3. Roan able to maintain the rebound. Bond misses. Shoemaker up and good for 2.
Shoemaker with the putback.
So the sophomore breaks the ice on senior night, ends the 4-0 scoring run that Shiloh had to start the game, and the Wolves are within 2 as they cut the lead in half. Now 4-2. Skyhawks with the lead and the ball.
Always impressed with Shiloh Shoemaker. When she comes in, she usually has an impact, and oftentimes on both sides of the floor.
For sure. Hammering short on that jumper. Here is Shoemaker, and she wants to take it herself. She drives, she'll stop and pop from the mid-range. No. Defensive rebound pulled down by Layla Thompson. Thompson with some good transition defense there. She was ready to take a charge, but she didn't have to as she's able to gather in the rebound. Herringer off the mark. And she gets it back again. Look to the corner. Good defense from Matson. As Thompson spins, shoots, misses, offensive rebound, and the putback is there for Harper Wrigley.
Harper Wrigley with the putback.
Good hustle play for Harper Wrigley for the Crusaders.
She found the right spot and was able to get that offensive rebound collected off the glass. Here's Bond on the other end, left-hand layup, good, it counts, and the foul. Annabelle Bond for 2 and a chance to make it 3 as we look at the RTC Network's instant replay. Just got the step there against her opponent, draws the foul. It earns the trip to the free throw line.
Annabelle Bond not afraid to take the ball to the basket and done a real nice job for the Wolves this year doing it.
Harper Wrigley.
Harper Wrigley called for that foul, her first team foul against the Skyhawks. Free throw is good.
And Annabelle completes the 3-point play.
Wolves pressing after the made free throw. Wisness and Hannah, a couple of seniors back into the lineup for Coach Dwyer and the Wolves. They're back to within 1. Now it's 6-5. Hammerin, pass deflected, stolen by Annabelle Bond. Third Shiloh turnover. Long pass ahead to Shoemaker. She'll line up a 3 from the left corner, a little bit short. Rebound. As 2 girls go diving on the floor, they will call a jump ball between Priscilla Taken Alive and Amelia Wisness. And it will be Shiloh Christian on the alternating possession arrow.
Good hustle play by Wisness to tie that up.
Shiloh has Makoa Pacino out there. She's a good 3-point shooter. She's made 15 of them this year. And also the freshman Priscilla Taken Alive, who was involved with that rebound attempt.
Shiloh's got a lot of talent on the floor and on the bench.
They do. They're one of the deeper teams, I would say, in Division A. But they turn it over there for the 4th time. And it'll be Watford City basketball. Wolves looking for their first lead of the game. So we see ESPN has made the trip here. It's a big game. ESPN is in town. GameDay Media is here. It's the place to be tonight. As Bond gets it over on the right side to Jacobson. She drives in, kicks it out to Shoemaker. She'll try another 3. That one a little bit too strong. So she's tried 2 threes. The first one a little bit short. That one just a little bit too long. And now a reach-in foul in the backcourt called against Harley Jacobson.
Foul call on Watford City, number 3, Harley Jacobson.
You know, Watford City's going to want to make some adjustments there. Those would have been fine in Hazen a week ago, but they're not going to be fine tonight in Watford City.
6-5, the lead right now. Speaking of Hazen, they're, of course, undefeated in region play. These 2 teams have given Hazen their toughest games. Shiloh Christian led them late down in Bismarck. Hazen was able to come back and win it by 1 single point in that matchup. And then it was a 4-point victory for Hazen in Hazen over Shiloh. There's Taken Alive, missing a little bit strong rebound, tipped by Shoemaker, gathered in by Wisness.
That's one thing I really enjoy about Region 4 right now. There's so much balance in the top 4 or 5 teams that it's really difficult to determine who's going to Uh-oh.
Yep, that'll be a turnover against the Wolves. As Shiloh Christian gets it back. Both defenses playing well to start this game. Shiloh 2 for 9 from the field with 4 turnovers. Watford City 2 for 10 from the field with 2 turnovers. They are 1 for 1 from the free throw line. So low scoring start to this one. Shiloh with the basketball in the 1-point lead, 2:17 to go in quarter number 1 on your NCC scoreboard. Pacino picks up her dribble, bounces it off to Ireland Duffy, another freshman for this Shiloh Christian team. Jacobson went for the steal and ends up creating the turnover as it bounces off of Duffy's foot and out of bounds. 5th Shiloh turnover.
Whoever draws that matchup against Harley Jacobson is in for a long night.
Yeah.
She is so strong on the defensive end of the ball.
Yep, you have to work for every inch of real estate and every dribble that you can bounce back into your hands when you're going against Harley. There's a nice drive and a layup and a main shot off the glass for Bailey Matson. Her first points of the ball game tonight gives Watford City the lead, 7-6.
First lead of the night for Watford City, I think, too.
It is, yep. 4 points in a row scored to start the game by Shiloh Christian, as they're going to earn a trip to the free throw line. Once again, it'll be Katie Hammerin going back to the line.
Her first.
4th team foul of the quarter against the Wolves. First personal against Miley Roan. Hammerin now 3 for 3 from the free throw line as Harper Wrigley checks back in. They're all tied up at 7 apiece. 91 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Second free throw is good. Hammerin's a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Already 6 points in the first quarter. Pretty impressive for a girl that averages 8 points per game.
So steady for the Crusaders is she.
Skyhawks.
Skyhawks. I think I
Trinity Christian. Yeah, this is Bismarck's Shiloh Christian Skyhawks. There's a collision. No foul called either way. Wistness tries a 3-2 strong. Rebounded by Jacobson. And she was in a difficult spot there. Ends up turning it over. Stolen by Thompson. Outside to Herringer for 3. Short rebound, Bailey Matson. And Bailey will bring it up the floor as we hit 1 minute to go in quarter number 1. Roan kicks it out to Wistness, to Jacobson, straightaway 3, high arcing shot, just a little bit short. Rebound gathered in by Duffy, over to Herringer, knocked out of bounds off of Harley, and it'll stay with Shiloh Christian. Once again, more pesky defense played by Jacobson. But Shiloh will have it. 15-second differential in the game clock and the shot clock of this first quarter. That's moved pretty fast. It has had a couple of fouls, a couple of turnovers. Both teams will be ready for that quarter break as neither coach spent a timeout or has spent yet in this first quarter. Layla Thompson up top to Herringer, who drives, misses, gets her own rebound, resets the shot clock. 3-pointer missed by Wrigley. Offensive rebound again. Shiloh Christian really gathering in the offensive rebounds, and it pays off with the 3-pointer from Makoa Pacino. Her 16th 3-pointer of the season. Hannah at the buzzer, a little bit too strong. And that's the way our first quarter will come to an end. It's Shiloh Christian 11, Watford City 7. And we'll be back with a second quarter after this.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealer. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment, work ready, field proven.
Welcome back to Watford City. Let's take a look at some of our live read sponsors here this evening. Starting off with the McKenzie County Heritage Park and North Dakota Oil Museum, where pioneering spirit runs strong. Open year-round, Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., located on the west side of Watford City. Also, WCHE Church, one church in multiple locations. You can join us in person in Watford City, Fairview, Belfield, or Kenmare, or online on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. And the Wolfpack Booster Club. The strength is in the pack. Check them out on Facebook for more information about Watford City athletics and activities. Watford City ball to start the second quarter as that three-pointer from Packenow matched the largest lead of the game for Shiloh. After the Wolves had a 1-point lead, Shiloh scores the final 5 of that first quarter to take a 4-point lead with them into this second quarter. Hannah misses, rebounded by Roan. Miley passes it out to Bond. Back to Hannah, who drives. Shot good off the backboard. First points of the night for Logan Hannah. She averages just a shade under 13 points per game.
Yeah, if I'm Watford City, I want to get Logan Hannah involved offensively.
Layla Thompson tries left-handed scoop shot too strong off the backboard. Rebound to the Wolves. Watford City trying to tie it up with a 2 or take the lead with their first 3 of the game. They attempted a few threes in that first quarter, but were not able to knock any of them down. But that will come with time. There's some good shooters on this Watford City offense. Here's one of them. Bond for 3, too strong. Rebound by Makoa Packenow.
I'd like to see Bailey Matson get a little bit more involved offensively. She's been pretty quiet so far.
1 basket so far for the senior. She's guarding the ball right here. And forces the pass from Herringer out to Packenow. Shot clock down to 15. Shiloh's been pretty patient on a lot of their offensive possessions in this first half. Shot clock now into single digits. Wrigley. Shot clock down to 3. Packenow. Does she get it off? They will not. That's a shot clock violation against Shiloh Christian. Their 6th turnover.
Watford City ball.
Katie Hamron comes back in. We've got Wrigley, Hamron, Herringer, Layla Thompson, and Ireland Duffy on the floor. Wolves with Bond, Hannah, Matson, Shoemaker, Romy. We had a young player, or a young fan almost get onto the floor, but we continue to play on, and then a foul will be called as Bond was making a drive. Layla Thompson will be called for that one.
Uh-oh. That's my granddaughter.
Oh! You never know what you're going to see at a high school basketball game. We had dads doing the starting lineups. Now we've got a young fan who really wants to get on the court. Here's a long-range two-pointer attempted by Shoemaker. No good. Rebound by Bond. What a play by Annabelle. Oh, but she missed the layup. Rebound by Shoemaker. Falls, but able to get the ball to Roan, who drives too strong. Another rebound. This one by Bond. Blocked. Shoemaker gets tied up by Ireland Duffy. A lot of action there in that sequence. It results in a held ball, and it'll be Shiloh basketball.
Well, they say to develop a program, you have to start young.
Yeah. I lost track of her. Was she able to get where she needed to go safely?
I think her aunt found her.
Excellent. Here is a mid-range jumper off the mark from Herringer. Rebound to the Wolves, and then a foul will be called against Shiloh Christian after the rebound was secured.
You know, going back to the last series, I was sure Coach Dwyer very proud of his girls scrapping it up underneath on the offensive rebounds. They've really struggled at that end for most of the year, I feel like, and tonight they're taking a little different approach.
Harley Jacobson and Amelia Wisness check in for the Wolves, along with staying out on the floor, Soil Shoemaker, Bailey Matson, and Annabelle Bond. Bond with a dribble handoff to Bailey Matson up top to Salil Shoemaker. Left open from three-point range, doesn't pull the trigger this time, gets it to Bailey Matson in the corner to Wisness. Out to Jacobson. Harley with the right-hand dribble, picks it up, gets it over to Bond. Now Matson catch and shoot 3. No, rebound tipped around, taken down by Layla Thompson.
Yeah, Watford City having a difficult time from the perimeter early on here.
Yeah, yep, they are so far. Still a lot of game left, but it's been a low-scoring start to this one between two pretty talented offensive teams.
Yeah, I think part of that is when you look at the Shiloh Skyhawks, they've really been patient on offense.
They have, and there it pays off with the drive by Hamrin. She's been their offensive star so far tonight. Katie Hamrin with 8 of her Skyhawks' 13 total points.
Yeah, having a fantastic game so far.
She really is. Both teams have scored 2 points so far in this second quarter. There's Shoemaker with another offensive rebound, and the putback is good.
Salida Shoemaker with the offensive rebound.
She's got 4 points.
You know, one of her best strengths is when she finds her spot on the block, you're not going to move her.
Steal by Bond, layup, spins out, rebounded by Matson. Second chance opportunity for the Wolves. Once again, Bailey for 3, no. Rebound, tipped up and collected by Ireland Duffy, and we've got a timeout on the floor. Our first timeout of the game. It's brought to you by Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial. 3:39 left to go in the first half. Skyhawks leading it by 2 on your NCC scoreboard.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Ranchers, circle March 4th on your calendar. Sorensen Ranch of Grenora will hold their annual bull sale at the Sydney Livestock Market Center in Sydney, Montana. Your source for composite Simmental bulls that are bred for docility, longevity, and fertility. Find them on Facebook at Sorensen Ranch and DV Auction.
Welcome back to Watford City. You're watching Game Day Media. 3:39 left to go in this first half. It's been a fast-moving first half, and so far kind of a defensively dominated first half, I would say.
I would agree 100%. You know, when you're Shiloh and you look at what you're capable of offensively compared to what Watford City can do, Watford City being so explosive, just control the number of possessions and the percentages start turning in your favor.
13-11, Shiloh with the lead. They've held the lead for much of the game tonight, but their largest has only been 4. Here's another steal by Annabelle Bond, all alone, left-hand layup, good. Steal and score by Annabelle Bond.
She is just so good at that.
And now Jacobson forces a held ball just after the inbounds play, and that'll be another turnover.
I think Bond already has at least 3 steals in the first half.
She averages 5 per game, and she has, at least 3, if not 4.
Possession, Watford City.
And now back-to-back turnovers by Shiloh Christian. They average 20 turnovers per game, and right now they are already up to 9 with 3:19 still to go in this first half. It seems to be Watford City's best bet right now is forcing some Shiloh turnovers and getting some easy baskets. Here's Shiloh, turns them back over as Duffy got in the way of that entry pass, and she forces the tie-up.
Entering the game for Shiloh Christian, Makoa Pacino.
Makoa Pacino back into the lineup for the Skyhawks, wearing their navy blue road uniforms. Bond deflects a pass. Shiloh able to maintain possession. They have numbers, but it's going to result in a travel against Opal Bits. The spacing just wasn't the best on that fast break. They had the numbers, but they ended up turning it over after getting it into the front court.
I really enjoy watching Pacino play.
There's Jacobson driving, kicking out to Wisness. Here's Matson for 3. Swish! Bailey Matson.
Matson for 3.
She hits the Cornerstone Bank three-pointer. The basket counts. There was a whistle. And Ross, did you catch, was it a delay of game warning?
It looks like it.
Discussion continuing near the scores table. Yep. They touched the basketball after it went through?
Yep.
Okay. I missed that as I was writing down the three-pointer. It's brought to you by Cornerstone Bank. It's the 32nd three-pointer of the season for Bailey Matson as she continues her impressive senior season and her impressive career that's already seen her score over 1,000 career points. largest lead of the game for the Wolves now. It's 16-13 as Shoemaker gets the block and the rebound, and she's off to the races. Shoemaker, stop and pop in the lane, banks it in for two.
Nobody does it better than Shiloh Shoemaker.
She is so exciting to watch. As soon as the ball is in her hands, you know something is going to happen. Here is a shot on the other end as Shiloh Christian breaks the press, and Opal Bitts, their freshman, able to bank it home and get the Skyhawks back to within 3.
Yeah, if you're a Shiloh Skyhawks fan, you really got to like what you see coming up for.
Here's Bond for 3. Annabelle hits the second made 3 in a row for the Wolves after they were attempting them in the first quarter. They couldn't knock any down. Now Bailey gets one, and immediately on the next three-point try, Annabelle makes one. They made 10 of those three-pointers in the first matchup between these two. Herringer tried to answer with a 3 of her own, but she missed it, and the Wolves will have it with their largest lead of the game, 21-15. As Matson drives, right-hand layup, good. Everything going well right now for the Wolves as they try to end this second quarter with this impressive momentum. And you wonder if you're Coach Seifert, do you spend another timeout to try and slow this momentum down, or do you try to make it to halftime?
Boy, I tell you, that was a big possession for Watford City, and with all that momentum, I think I would have taken a timeout. But he's going to sit and back and watch his offense work.
Here's Thompson drawing a foul. That will slow the momentum down a little bit as Layla Thompson, the Shiloh sophomore, will head to the free throw line.
You know, Coach Seifert obviously knows his team, and when they settle into their offense, they're so patient. I think it gives everybody an opportunity to collect themselves.
Yep.
And now we've got Skyhawk at the line.
So Thompson goes to the line. It's a good offensive player. She's made 12 threes so far this season, and she rattles home the first free throw. Shiloh hasn't missed from the free throw line. They're perfect 5 for 5 as a team.
Really impressed with Shiloh from the line. Just like Hazen.
Yeah. Second free throw. No good. Rebounded by Miley Roan. It'll be an 11-second differential in the game clock and the shot clock. Madsen to Hannah for 3. Swish!
Everybody's getting into the act.
And that happened so fast that the Wolves got that shot up before the 35-second mark was hit. They might get another shot before the halftime buzzer as Madsen gets the steal. Off to the races. No one in front of her. Left-hand layup. Good. Steal and score for the senior, Bailey Madsen. And a steal by Wisness to Madsen. Turnaround jumper. Good from the free throw line. Everything going right for the Wolves right now. And that pass is going to go out of bounds with 0.1 seconds left. That'll be a turnover. Not really enough time for the Wolves to do anything with, but Ross, we blinked, and it's a 14-point lead for the Wolves.
That was just an absolute blizzard.
Yeah, that's a perfect word. That's a perfect description for what just happened. My goodness, we were talking about how Shiloh was really dominating the pace and keeping it at a nice, slow, deliberate, patient pace, and the Skyhawks led for the first 12 minutes of this game pretty much. And my goodness, when the Avalanche started, it did not quit for that first half. We have reached the end of one half of play on Watford City's senior night. It's the Watford City Wolves 30, the Shiloh Christian Skyhawks 16. Stick around, we'll be back with your Nodak Insurance Company and Eric Mogan halftime show right after this.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351. When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealer. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment, work ready, field proven.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries,
but maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand,
but maybe don't.
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank,
but maybe don't.
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
Welcome back to Watford City and welcome into your halftime report brought to you by Nodak Insurance Company with your agent in Watford City and McKenzie County, Eric Mogan. Their mission is to meet the lifetime financial needs of their clients by providing competitive products and outstanding service. Well, a tale of two quarters is one way to describe that first half. Shiloh Christian leading for most of the first quarter. The Wolves held a lead briefly at 7-6. Other than that, Shiloh led by 4 at a few different junctures, including the end of the first quarter when it was 11-7. In the second quarter, Watford City, it took them a little while, but they eventually would build a 5-point lead at 18-13. Once they hit 1-3, the three-pointers were contagious. And the Wolves end the second quarter on a 14-3 run as they go ahead 30-16 at halftime.
You know what? When Watford City was ahead 21-16 and they came down, I thought it was an awfully big possession for the Wolves, and they made it count. They went up 23-18, and boy, they never really looked back after that.
Yep, that was a blizzard, the way Ross described it there in the last few minutes of the second quarter. And that was really impressive.
At the half, it's Hazen 54, Watford City 29.
Just announced the boys' score at halftime. It is Hazen leading Watford City 54-29. That game, a rematch of a game that's happening, that happened earlier this season here in Watford City, but right now it sounds like Hazen is playing some good offense and holding a big lead over Watford City in boys basketball action. Here at the girls game, let's take a look at the first half stats. Watford City 13 for 28 from the field for 46%. They made 3 3-pointers. None early, but then once they got started, they made 3 in a hurry, and that really helped extend the lead towards the end of the first half. Wolves made their only free throw that they attempted in the first half, a perfect 1 for 1 from the line. Ross, I'm really impressed with this number. 4 turnovers in the first half for the Wolves, and they committed 5 first half fouls. Shiloh Christian, 5 of 19 from the field for 26%. They made 1 3-pointer. They were 5 of 6 for 83% from the free throw line. Shiloh Christian committing 12 first half turnovers and 3 fouls. So Shiloh Christian +2 in the foul differential, but Watford City +8 in the takeaway giveaway ratio right there.
That's a huge number for Watford City, and it's not one they're familiar with, frankly.
Yeah.
I'm sure Coach Tom Dwyer is really happy with the way that his kids have been playing tonight.
Let's take a look at the individual scoring numbers. Bailey Metzen on senior night leading the way for the Wolves with 11 points. Annabelle Bond with 8. Annabelle hit a 3-pointer in the second quarter. She had an and one in the first quarter where she made the 2-point field goal and the free throw as well. So she's got 8 points. Salil Shoemaker off the bench with 6 points, and Logan Hanna with 5 points for Watford City's total of 30. Shiloh Christian led by Katie Hammerin with 8 points. Makoa Pacino with 3. Harper Wrigley and Opal Bitts with 2 points each, and Layla Thompson with 1 for Shiloh Christian's total of 16. Everybody having some fun here tonight at the Rough Rider Center, including the ESPN crew across the way. So we're having fun bringing this broadcast your way. A really good end of the half for the Wolves, but I'm sure Shiloh Christian is collecting themselves, and they'll be ready to go for the third quarter, just like they were to start the game in the first quarter.
I would imagine nothing or expect nothing less from Shiloh. They too are a gritty team. 14 points is a deficit, but it's not a death knell.
That's right. We're going to step aside here. When we come back, we'll wrap up our Nodak Insurance Company halftime show and get started with the third quarter. You're watching Game Day Media.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in North Dakota, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top-quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more, located in Alexander, North Dakota.
Welcome back to Watford City. Titus Stenberg with you here alongside Ross Sundin for this girls Division A basketball matchup in Region 4. Ross, it's hard to believe, but this regular season has almost come to an end.
It's gone entirely too fast, I'm sure, for most of these folks out here, including ourselves.
Yeah, definitely. We're having fun this season. It's been so much fun bringing you as many games as we have here on Game Day Media. Of course, we've got other games going on as well up in Williston, the District 5 Girls Basketball Division B tournament going on up there, and all weekend long from the Well on the campus of Williston State College. Right here, it's Watford City 30, Shiloh Christian 16 as we get ready for the start of our third quarter, brought to you by Northern States Fishing Tools. Again, we want to remind you, our spotlight players during the pregame show is brought to you by TNT Measurements. Make sure we thank all of our great sponsors who make the broadcast of these games possible. We've had a lot of great partners throughout this season and hope it can continue into next year and beyond. Thank you for all the compliments that so many of you have given us here throughout the season on our coverage of Game Day Media, highlighting athletes throughout the state of North Dakota, specifically Western North Dakota, but the way that Region 4 goes all the way to Bismarck on the east side. It's, I guess, still Western North Dakota, but it's pretty close to Central North Dakota as well. Three-pointer missed by Logan Hanna. Rebound by Annabelle Bond. Second chance opportunity for the Wolves. They're picking right up where they left off in the rebounding category from that first half, but they missed their 2 attempts here. Jacobson almost gets the steal. She will get credit for the deflection, as the Wolves will start Bond, Jacobson, Hanna, Matson, and Roan for this third quarter. Shiloh Christian with Ireland Duffy, Layla Thompson, Harper Wrigley, Katie Hamron, and Sophia Herringer.
Well, Watford City really being able to do a good job of keeping Sophia Herringer in check thus far in this game. She could be the X factor for Shiloh here in the second half.
Yeah, she did not score in that first half. Wrigley tries a 3 there. It's short, rebounded by Bailey Matson. Bailey dishes it off to Miley Roan, who missed it. Rebound, Harley Jacobson, blocked by Wrigley. Wolves missed their first 4 attempts from the field to start this third quarter. The held ball possession arrow will favor Shiloh.
Well, Watford City started the second half with an impressive shooting percentage from the first half, but they have cut into that handsomely here.
Yeah, they shot so well towards the end of that second quarter, but it looks like the halftime locker room cooled them off momentarily, but like we saw towards the end of that second quarter, they can put points up on the board in a hurry. There's a shot and a miss for Herringer, but she does draw the foul, and she will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Foul call on number 10, Bailey Matson. Her second.
Second personal foul against Bailey Matson. She joins Harley Jacobson with 2 personal fouls for the Wolves. Harper Wrigley had 2 fouls in the first half for Shiloh Christian. Layla Thompson had the only other 1 foul, as Shiloh only committed 3 fouls in the first half. Herringer makes her first point of the game. She averages 14.4 points per game, and she makes the second of 2 free throws there, as a blocking foul is called against Ireland Duffy, and she was attempting to guard Annabelle Bond.
Foul called on number 3, Ireland Duffy.
Little miscommunication between Bond and Matson.
It's a steal by Duffy. Bond almost stole it back, but it will remain with Shiloh.
Just a great hustle play by Annabelle Bond.
It was. Averages 5 steals per game, as that shot is put up and missed by Herringer. Rebound to the Wolves. Continue to play lockdown defense on Shiloh's leading scorer. Here's Metzen all the way to the hoop. Right hand layup good. Bailey with 13.
And she makes it look easy, doesn't she?
She does. 32-17. Watford City now up by 15. Their largest lead of the game so far tonight. Herringer into the left corner to Wrigley. And that is good. I believe it's a 2-pointer. Long 2 for the senior. Harper Wrigley gets her team back to within 13. There's a steal by Herringer. Shiloh off to the races, and Herringer will finish off the glass.
Sophia Herringer with the lay.
Steal and score makes it an 11-point game. Hanna picks up her dribble, finds Matson. Bailey the floater left it short. Rebound will belong to Shiloh Christian.
Entering the game.
Wisness and Shoemaker in for Watford City. Makoa Pacino and Priscilla Taken Alive in for the Skyhawks.
I think Watford City is going to want to be a little careful here now and start taking some time off the clock with these possessions.
32-21, a blocking foul called in the backcourt against Annabelle Bond. That'll be her second personal. So Annabelle, Harley Jacobson, and Bailey Matson now with 2 fouls apiece. Makoa Pacino to inbound. Bounces it in to Layla Thompson. Guarded by Logan Hanna. Bounce pass to the right side to Pacino. Up top to Duffy, over the left side to Harper Wrigley. Pacino stops on the wing, picks up her dribble out to Thompson. Back to Wrigley, catch and shoot 3 off the back rim. Rebound, Shoemaker, and taken alive in the same spot. And it was Shoemaker who touched it last. Shiloh Christian will get a second chance.
That's an interesting matchup down underneath there with Shoemaker and
Yeah,
taken alive.
she's given up a little bit of size in the height department. There's another offensive rebound for Shiloh. They turn that one into points as Harper Wrigley gets it to fall. And Shiloh is now on a 6-0 run as they've gotten back to within 9 points. Jacobson drives, shoots, misses, rebound tipped by Wisness, picked up by Wrigley. Shiloh not going away.
No, this is a big possession for Shiloh right here.
Yeah. Duffy kicks it out to Wrigley, guarded by Wisness. Looks inside, and Shoemaker read that pass and gets the interception. Salil over to Logan Hanna. She dribbles into a long-range 3. That'll fall short. And will once again go over to Shiloh Christian.
You know, so many times games are won and lost in the third quarter. And I think Watford City needs to settle down, get back into their offensive rhythm.
It's now 32-23. Wolves still have not spent a timeout tonight. Shiloh has only taken 1 thus far. Wrigley picks up her dribble. Backdoor cut by Pacinow. Missed the shot. Rebound tipped and controlled by Salil Shoemaker. Jacobson into the front court.
She's just so sure-handed, Shiloh Shoemaker.
Here she is. She tried a couple of three-pointers in the first half. Didn't make any of those, but did make 3 two-point field goals as Hannah does not get the bounce on her attempt. Shiloh Christian picks up the loose ball. They're going to have to hurry to get it across before a 10-second call, and they will not. It's a 10-second violation against Shiloh.
10-second violation. Watford City ball.
Yeah, Shiloh letting a couple of possessions slip through their hands.
Entering the game for the Wolves, number 10, Matson.
Matson returns, as does Roan.
For the Skyhawks, 11, Sophia
Herringer back in there, along with Hammerin, and a reach-in foul called immediately after Hannah receives that pass, and Herringer will pick up her first personal foul. Second team foul of the quarter.
That's an interesting matchup, Herringer on Hannah.
Yep. Skyhawks with the height advantage in many individual matchups as Hannah will try a 3, around and out. And the rebound taken by Shiloh. That was Priscilla taken alive, able to maintain that rebound. Pacino gets it to taken alive. Turnaround shot no good. Rebound to Roan.
Wolves have been really good and solid on the boards the second half.
They've only scored 2 points since halftime as Matson hits the floater.
Matson with a nice drive and floater in the lane.
She's got 15. Wolves lead it by 11. Makoa Pacinow into the front court. That was a big basket for the Wolves. Ended a 6-0 run by Shiloh Christian. Herringer missed it. Gets her own rebound. Has it stripped away. Stolen by Shoemaker. Salil into the front court. Passes it to Matson. Bailey to the hoop. She missed it, but will draw a foul. So we take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay.
Yeah, Bailey Matson just trailing up on the backside there.
Foul call on Skyhawks.
She'll go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Layla Thompson picking up the foul, her third team foul of the third quarter. Bailey makes free throw number 1.
Bailey Matson to the line.
16 points now for Bailey Matson so far tonight.
For the Skyhawks, number 24, Harper Wrigley.
Harper Wrigley back onto the floor for Shiloh. It's Watford City.
Harper Wrigley having a really nice game for Shiloh tonight.
There's a tip by Roan to Hannah, and Logan banks it home.
Logan Hannah with the offensive board and putback.
Logan has 7. Wolves back up by 14 after a 6-0 run by Shiloh. Watford City has now scored 5 in a row.
Yeah, if you're Shiloh, you don't want Logan Hanna to get a hot hand.
And they know better than anybody just how much she can score. She scored 30 in the first matchup between these two in the first game of the season.
Yeah, I think 6 3-pointers that game, if I remember right.
Well, we had a collision down there. No whistles either way. And after all of that, it is Shiloh basketball. The Shiloh fans were hoping a foul would be called against Watford City. It was ruled as incidental contact, and Skyhawks go to work in the half-court offense. Pass from Thompson to Herringer. No. Rebound by Hanna.
Hannah's had a lot of boards tonight.
She has. She wants to push it. Out to Matson for 3. No.
Such a beautiful pass, too.
A foul on the rebound will be called against Miley Roan, her second personal foul.
Foul called on number 40, Miley Roan.
Third team foul, both teams with 3 fouls, with 1:16 left to go in this third quarter. Ireland Duffy and Priscilla Taken Alive come back in for Shiloh.
Yeah, Shiloh really rotating their players in and out. You're wondering if the pace of the game is maybe getting to them. There's been so much illness down in the Bismarck-Mandan area, too. Some of these girls might be coming off a bug.
Paquinel with the drive, and she draws the foul. She scored a 3 back in the first quarter, has been silent since then, but we'll have 2 free throws as Bailey Matson picks up her 3rd personal foul, the 4th team foul. Bailey, first player with more than 2 fouls tonight, as Paquinel's free throw hits the backboard and then rims out. She'll get one more. Bond and Jacobson, 2 sophomores, check in for Watford City with 1:04 left to play in the third quarter. Coach Dwyer has been very stingy with his timeout usage so far in this game. He has not taken one as of yet.
He sure hasn't. He's just letting him play.
Yeah. Empty trip to the free throw line for Paquinel as the rebound is claimed by Roan. Here goes Hanna out to Annabelle Bond. Wolves playing with a 14-point lead. Both teams have scored 7 points so far in this third quarter. Wisness to Hanna. Logan bounces it to Roan. She gets through the defense and banks it home for 2. Hanna the assist, Roan the basket.
Great pass by Logan Hanna to Miley Roan for the finish.
Senior to senior on senior night, and the Wolves are now up by 16. Game clock and shot clock virtually identical as Bond goes for the steal, knocks it away. It's taken by Jacobson. Ahead to Bond. Oh, can't quite bring that pass in. It'll go back to Shiloh with 13.3 seconds remaining. Wolves send in Shoemaker. Oh, I think Logan Hanna might be bleeding. Athletic trainer Zach Beebe will tend to her.
Number 25.
And we're going to have a brief
Timeout on the floor.
stoppage in play as they tend to Logan Hanna. 13.3 seconds to go in this third quarter.
Well, here's what we know about that. Logan Hanna's a tough cookie.
Yes. Yeah, that is for sure. And Zach Beebe just celebrated a birthday yesterday. He does a lot of work on and off the court, keeping everybody as healthy as possible. So Shoemaker back in for the Wolves as we are back to action. Shiloh with a chance for a buzzer beater here as they go to work to end this third quarter. And Roan will get the block on that three-point attempt by Katie Hamron. We have reached the end of 3 quarters of play. NCC scoreboard shows Watford City 39, Shiloh Christian 23.
Mark your calendars. Best Angus and Quarter Horses annual production sale will be taking place on Monday, March 2nd. We've been raising registered Black Angus and Quarter Horses in some of North Dakota's most rugged badlands for almost 20 years. This year's offering will include 11 top-cut 2-year-olds and 85 yearling bulls. We'll have 3 fancy ranch geldings and 2 excellent prospects from our new stallion, Classy Red Favors. Lunch at noon, sales at 2. Hope to see you there.
39-23, the Watford City Wolves ending that third quarter with 7 points in a row to extend back to a 16-point lead after the Skyhawks had cut it to 7. A really important stretch here in the opening minutes of this fourth quarter. It'll be brought to you by Northern States Fishing Tools. Watford City up 39-23. They'll send out Amelia Wisness, Salil Shoemaker, Annabelle Bond, Harley Jacobson, and Miley Roan to start this fourth quarter. Shiloh Christian will counter with Ireland Duffy, Layla Thompson, Katie Hamrin, Sophia Herringer, and Harper Wrigley.
Well, if you're Coach Dwyer, you got to be real happy with what his seniors and underclassmen have been able to do so far tonight.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow start for the Wolves, but they have played well. And Jacobson draws a foul. It'll be called against Ireland Duffy.
On Skyhawk, number 3, Ireland.
Second
Duffy.
personal.
Her second.
First team foul of the fourth quarter. Roan in the paint, left that shot a little bit short. She fights for the rebound. Wrigley had it knocked away from her by Shoemaker, but it's picked up by Katie Hamrin. Nice pass from Duffy down low to Herringer, which she misses in the paint. Rebound to the Wolves, Shoemaker.
I think she anticipated somebody behind her. She was just all by herself.
Dribble handoff to Annabelle Bond. Annabelle floater off the glass and in for 2. Annabelle into double figures with 10.
Annabelle Bond just so steady from the left side.
She is, and she helps build this lead up to 18 now for the Wolves. It's 41-23.
I'm always impressed with her conditioning level and Harley Jacobson's conditioning level. Those girls, I'd like to see a pedometer and see how many steps they put on.
Harper Wrigley on the second chance opportunity there for Shiloh. Puts it in. Harper up to 8 points.
Number 24, Harper Wrigley with the nice basket inside.
41-25. Moving screen called against Miley Roan.
Offensive foul, Watford City, number 40.
Just leaned a little too hard into that.
Third personal, first team foul of the quarter. And we'll give the ball back to Shiloh Christian with Katie Hamrin inbounding.
Skyhawks, number 33, Opal Bitts. For Watford City.
Opal Bitts back into the lineup for the Skyhawks. Bailey Matson back on the floor for Watford City. Bailey leading everybody in scoring with 16 points so far tonight. Thompson drives, spins, kicks to Hamrin. She will draw a foul, and Katie Hamrin back to the free throw line. Katie scored 6 points in the first quarter, had 8 at halftime, did not score in the third quarter, and now we'll get a couple of free throw opportunities as Bailey Matson picks up her 4th personal foul.
And she's been steady from the line tonight.
Still tending to Logan Hanna.
For the Skyhawks,
The Wolves are currently without her. Miley Roan comes back in. She will give Bailey Matson a break.
Number 40, Miley Roan.
Second free throw is good. Hamrin now up to 9 points. As we do see Logan Hanna coming back to the Watford City bench. Jacobson's pass broken up. Oh my, and then we had a hard collision down there on the Watford City baseline between Thompson and Jacobson. Both players playing fast, and Thompson got the worst of that collision.
Miley
Unfortunately for Coach Tom, that was Miley Roan's 4th foul, so he's got 2 girls in foul trouble now.
Yeah. Yep, 2 seniors with 4 fouls each. Now Bailey Matson and Miley Roan. They will both come to the bench for the moment as Logan Hanna is back onto the floor. Watford City with a 15-point lead. And another turnover by Shiloh. That is their 17th of the ball game. Been such an interesting game. It's been a low-scoring game really all the way through, except for that stretch that the Wolves had towards the end of that second quarter. They made 3 threes and a bunch of 2s. Here's Hannah for 3. No, not that time. Rebound taken by Bitz, stolen by Bond, and Annabelle draws a foul.
Foul call on Skyhawk number 3, Ireland Duffy.
Ireland Duffy called for her 3rd personal foul. Just the 2nd team foul of this 4th quarter, as the free throw is good for Annabelle. She is up to 11 points. Sophia Herringer comes back in for the Skyhawks. Shiloh was led by as many as 4. Watford City has led by as many as 16, which is their lead at the moment. Herringer all the way to the hoop. And she is called for an offensive foul. Harley Jacobson draws the charge. Good positioning there by Harley as we look at the RTC Network's instant replay. Shiloh Christian turnover number 19. Hannah to Jacobson. Harley for 3. No. Rebound by Hammerett.
You know, that's okay. I'm glad to see Harley Jacobson starting to take some of those 3-pointers.
Yep. They'll start falling eventually. Both teams have scored 3 points in this 4th quarter. And if you're Watford City, you're okay trading baskets, as that reverse layup is good from a difficult angle by Harper Wrigley.
Really nice shot by Harper Wrigley.
High degree of difficulty there. Wisness's pass broken up and stolen. Turnover number 9 against the Wolves. And Shiloh will take a timeout. We will take it as well. 4:50 left to go in the 4th quarter. Wolves up 42-28. You're watching Game Day Media.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on Game Day Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
We started with small beginnings. And just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. BNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
Welcome back to the Rough Riders Center. We want to take this opportunity to thank our live read sponsors. First off, WCAG Church, one church in multiple locations. We also have a Spanish service at our Watford City campus at 1:15 on Sundays. And then the McKenzie County Heritage Park and North Dakota Oil Museum, where pioneering spirit runs strong, located on the west side of Watford City. And the Wolf Pack Booster Club, the strength is in the pack. Make sure you're following the Wolf Pack Booster Club on Facebook. Timeout taken by Shiloh Christian. They have 3 timeouts left. Watford City still with all 5 timeouts at their disposal. Ireland Duffy receives the inbounds pass, gets a screen as she crosses the timeline. Guarded by Wisness, bounces it to Harper Wrigley. Puts it on the left side to Packenow. Down low to Herringer, pass deflected. Save attempt by Wrigley, but her foot was on the baseline. Turnover number 20 against Shiloh Christian. Ended up being an empty possession there for Shiloh Christian. They can't afford many of those down the stretch here as they try to complete a comeback.
Yeah, they can't afford very many empty possessions, is right. And 20 turnovers has done them no favors tonight.
Yeah, it's been a few too many for Coach Seifert's liking. And here we do have our first Watford City timeout. It comes at the 4:16 mark of the fourth quarter. This timeout brought to you by Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial. We'll be back right after this.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Welcome back to Watford City. We want to thank the ND Score Feed app for providing the ticker there at the bottom of your screen. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you download that ND Score Feed app, keeping you up to date on all the scores from across the state of North Dakota, both boys and girls basketball in all three divisions. Foul is called up at the top of the key. It was against Layla Thompson, her third. Good to see her out on the floor. Her and Harley Jacobson had a pretty hard collision. Both of those players playing with everything they've got out there in this late stages of the game and the season.
Where they play hard for sure. You know, we were talking about the 20 turnovers that the Skyhawks have tonight, but make no mistake, a lot of that's just Watford City's tenacious defense too.
Yep, for sure. The Wolves put a lot of pressure on their opponents, and they get a lot of steals as Annabelle Bond leads the team in steals, and now she gets up a little bit in some pain after that collision.
Yeah, a need of the thigh will do that to you.
Yeah. Herringer picks up her third personal foul, and that already is the fifth team foul against the Skyhawks. So Watford City will be shooting 2 free throws on every common foul for the rest of the ball game. They lead it by 14 as the free throw rattles in for Annabelle Bond. She's up to 12 points so far tonight.
21, Makoa Pacino.
Well, if Watford City can make their free throws from here on out, they'll be in good shape.
Yes. And Bond does make both of them there. They were only 2 for 3 through the first 3 quarters, but they're going to be shooting some free throws, no doubt, in this fourth quarter. And Bond already, as an individual, is 3 for 4. Oh, another collision. Both of these teams continuing to play hard. Foul called against Watford City.
Number 25, Salil Shoemaker, her first.
Salil picks up her first personal foul. That's the 4th team foul against the Wolves, so their next foul will also put them over the limit, and Shiloh will be in the bonus for the rest of the ball game. Hamron fakes the 3, drives, misses, but another foul. This one, I believe, will be called against Jacobson, and the free throw contest will begin.
Foul call on Watford City, number 3.
Excellent play by Hammer just to take the ball to the basket.
Jacobson's third foul. Free throw is good. Hammer now into double figures for Shiloh Christian. And the Wolves seniors coming back on the floor with 3:36 to go in the fourth quarter. Bailey Madsen and Miley Roan both back on the floor with 4 personal fouls. Second free throw off the mark for Hamron. Rebound by Madsen. Bailey wants to run. She hesitates, drives all the way to the hoop and scores 2 more. Instant offense off the bench from the senior Bailey Madsen. I think that rest refreshed her a little bit, and she was ready to go. Grabs the defensive rebound and then scores, and then gets the block. What a series for Bailey Madsen.
She's not playing defense like someone who has 4 fouls.
Yeah, that was a great block. And Shiloh Christian will inbound it with 26 on the shot clock.
Really impressed with her instincts on the offensive side when she took that ball to the basket.
Shot missed by Wrigley, rebounded by Bailey Madsen. Really playing well here on senior night as she gets it to her classmate and teammate Logan Hanna, who wisely pulls it out the clock, is the friend of the Wolves right now with their 46-29 lead. Bond Into the corner, Matson for three, no. Rebounded by Miley Roan, too strong. And that rebound last touched by Shiloh Christian. Wolves maintain possession with 34 on the shot clock, 2:44 left in the ball game. Inbound to Hannah, who rattles in the three-pointer. Assist Bond, three-pointer Logan Hannah. She's got 10. And the Wolves lead it by 20.
I'm really impressed with both teams. There's no quit in either one of them. It's a 20-point deficit, and there's still a lot of hustle on the floor.
Cameron to Paquino, over to Duffy. Time running out on Shiloh as if they lose this one, they will fall under 500 overall. They come into this game at 9-9, 6-5 in the region. Kate Erickson, Cassidy Johnson, and Opal Bitts all check into the ball game for Shiloh Christian.
And 33, Opal Bitts.
And the Wolves will be sending in some new players at the next dead ball. Logan Hannah driving, missing. Rebound. Shiloh comes away with it, but not for long as Annabelle Bond gets the steal. Under 2 minutes to go. A fresh five getting ready to check in for the Wolves as Hannah lines up a three. No, and we do have a whistle and a foul.
Oh.
And here come the seniors out of the ball game.
I think Miley was coming out regardless.
Yep, but she will officially foul out, and they're going to honor the seniors. And we'll see if they check out the seniors one at a time, or if, first we're going to have to shoot one free throw.
Entering the game, number 22, Clara Wisness.
Clara Wisness checks into the ball game for the Wolves, the 5'8" sophomore. And now all four new players will come out on the floor as well. Brianna Bainey, Alyssa Holen, Arlene Salas, and Paige Schuster checking in for Watford City as the first free throw is up and good for Kate Erickson. So the Wolves seniors have checked out for one last time here on the home court, as Erickson makes both free throws. We've got another whistle.
Oh, the mic's still down there.
90 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. Paige Schuster kicks it out to Holen, right side to Clara Wisness. In the corner to Brianna Bainey. She'll take a long range two. Too strong. Rebound wrestled away by Makoa Paquino. 1:11 left to go in the ball game. Wolves up 49-31. Wisness the deflection. Holen the steal for Watford City. Arlene Salas up ahead to Brianna Bainey. She'll drive, blocked from behind. Schuster saves it. It'll go out of bounds and belong to Shiloh Christian.
Out of bounds, Skyhawk ball.
51 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. Wolves up 49-31. Ross Sundin will be heading on down to the sideline to catch up with our victorious head coach and our First International Bank and Trust player of the game, Makoa Paquino. .21 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. Paige Schuster with a basketball for the Wolves. Down to 10 seconds, Clara Wisness with the dribble. I think the Wolves are content to let the clock expire over to Brianna Bainey. That's it. This one is all over. The Watford City Wolves win on senior night. Final score, Watford City 49, Shiloh Christian 33. Teams will shake hands down near the scorers table, and they're going to honor the seniors one more time.
Bailey Matson, Tasia Molina, Miley Road, and Amelia Wisness.
There you have it. So congratulations to those girls as the emotions are starting to overflow a little bit down there. And a great effort by those girls and their entire team here tonight. Final score, Watford City 49, Shiloh 33. And we'll be back with a post-game show right after this.
Our lives are made up of moments, and so many of the most precious moments begin at home. When it's time to unlock your dream home or build a brighter tomorrow, let First International Bank and Trust simplify your journey so you can love where you live and focus on the moments that matter. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first since 1910.
GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
Imagine working with a team where your well-being is a top priority. At NCC, we champion work-life balance. Our culture ensures you have the time you need for life's important moments. We offer competitive pay that recognizes your hard work. Plus, enjoy comprehensive health insurance that puts your mind at ease. You'll also receive generous paid time off. And think future forward with our retirement contributions, securing your financial peace of mind. Join a team that values you. Work somewhere great and thrive. Don't wait for opportunity to knock. Open the door. Apply today at NCC. Visit nccray.com/careers.
Welcome back to Watford City and welcome into your Johnson and Sundin post-game show. Ross Sundin is down on the floor with our First International Bank and Trust players of the game. It's the seniors, Logan Hanna, Amelia Wisness, Miley Roan, and Bailey Matson. Ross, take it away.
Thank you, Titus. I am down here on the floor with our players of the game. We got the seniors for Watford City Wolves. As we all know, it takes a team effort to win a team game, and you guys played a heck of a game tonight. Congratulations, ladies. Bailey, I want to hear from you if I could. Your last game on the floor here in Watford City, last game for all of you girls. How'd it feel tonight?
It feels surreal. Going into today, I was really nervous because this community has given me so much, and the past 6 years have been like the most fun years of my life, and I'm going to miss it a lot. But our season's not done yet, so I'm really looking forward to our postseason and even just next week, and we're going to state, by the way, in case you wondered.
We're going to hold you to that. I really enjoyed watching you guys play over the last several years. I got to ask you, Logan, we saw you go down out there. What happened?
I got elbowed, and then it wouldn't stop bleeding, so I had to put up a thing in my nose to stop. But it was all good after that.
Well, they said you're a ranch girl. You're tough enough to handle anything, right? So I want to hear from you, Miley. Your last night on the floor, you had a lot of support sitting behind you there. How'd it feel?
It felt good. I just goes for the ball.
Well, you played a great game underneath tonight. Thank you so much. And last but not least, Miss Wisness, how are you? You were hurt earlier in the year. You came back from an injury. You played a whale of a game tonight. How'd it feel for you?
Good. Just so beyond thankful for everyone that helped us all get here, and we're just so thankful everyone that comes out and supports us. So.
These young ladies behind you? Well, congratulations to our players of the game. Titus, I'm going to find Coach Tom Dwyer now.
Ladies and gentlemen, one
Great work down there.
Let's give it up
Ross, as
for
always.
senior
Great job getting those
basketball
comments And we'll throw it right back to Ross as he is with Watford City head coach Tom Dwyer.
Thanks, Titus. Tom, you just saw our choice for the First International Bank of Trust players of the game. Your 4 seniors. Tell me a little bit about how they performed to you tonight and what we're going to miss here in Watford City.
Yeah, they played great. That first quarter we gave up 6 or 7 offensive rebounds and we ended up giving 11 points. And we talked about it, right? And I think we only gave up 1 offensive rebound in the second quarter, and we only gave up 5 points, right? So we talked about that, and it's just, but that kind of started with our seniors, right? And just making sure we box out. They did a great job of executing what we wanted to do defensively, and so just super proud of them.
In that second quarter, that last minute, it was just a storm of offense for Watford City. What can you say about your ladies there?
Yeah, that was fun. That was exciting. Offensively, we were kind of being a little stagnant, and Shiloh was, making sure that we weren't going to give up any layups, and we weren't moving the ball well enough. And then we kind of just finally started doing it, and we got them a little confused, got better shots, right? Annabelle started getting some steals and full court man-to-man right pressure and just started getting some easy baskets. And then, maybe we got them a little rattled there for just a little bit, and good things happened then.
They sure did. It was fun to watch. Now, Tom, we got Valentine's Day coming up this weekend, and I know we got somebody special in Bismarck watching you versus your alma mater, the Shiloh Skyhawks. Is there anybody you want to say Happy Valentine's Day to?
Yeah, I know who my Valentine's is. It's my grandma. She's my #1 fan, always has been, always will be. Love you, Grandma Marilyn.
That's right, Marilyn Reap from Michigan, North Dakota. Titus, back up to you.
Great job down there, Ross. Outstanding words from so many individuals. Our First International Bank and Trust players of the game. The 4 seniors out there on the floor tonight for the Wolves. Logan Hanna, Bailey Matson, Miley Roan, and Amelia Wisness. And also great words from the Watford City head coach, Tom Dwyer. Once again, those coaches' comments brought to you by Watford City Farmers Union Oil Company. You can visit them at Cenex. Also the Twist 2.0. The Hardware Hank, and Farmers Union Oil. They're all under one roof in Watford City. First International Bank brings you your player of the game. Tonight it was players of the game. You can visit them at FIBT.com. They are a great local bank now in many states as they do a great job supporting Watford City and so many other communities. The First International Bank, a full-service, family-owned, independent community bank built on the bond between our employees and customers. Let's take a look at this game recap. Shiloh Christian led for the majority of the first quarter by as many as 4 points at a couple of different junctures. They led at 11-7 after 1 quarter of play. In the second quarter, the Skyhawks would lead for the opening minutes, but then when Watford City went on a run, they really went on a run. They outscored Shiloh 23-5 in that second quarter to take a 14-point lead with them into the halftime locker room. It was 30-16. In the third quarter, Shiloh would go on a 6-0 run to get their deficit back to within 9. It was 32-23. That is the closest Shiloh Christian would get for the rest of this game as the Wolves ended the third quarter on a 7-0 run to lead at 39-23 after 3. And then they both teams scored exactly 10 points each in that fourth quarter. So it ended up being a final score of Watford City 49, Shiloh Christian 33. With the win, Watford City improves to 15-5 overall, 10-2 in the region. Shiloh drops to a record of 9-10 overall, 6-6 in region play. Team stats, Watford City 20 of 54 for 37% from the floor. They made 4 3-pointers, 5 of 7 from the free throw line for 71%. Huge number for the Wolves. They kept turnovers to single digits, just 9 turnovers this evening for the Wolves. Don't want to say for sure, but that might be a season low of turnovers for Watford City, and you're going to win a lot of games when you keep the turnover number in single digits. For Shiloh Christian, 11 for 41 from the floor for 27%. They made 1 3. They were 10 out of 16 for 63% from the free throw line. They committed 23 turnovers in the loss. Individual scoring numbers look like this. Bailey Madsen, 18 points to lead everybody. Annabelle Bond in double figures with 13. Logan Hanna also in double figures with 10. Salilo Shoemaker had 6. Miley Roan with 2 for the Wolves, total of 49. For Shiloh Christian, Katie Hamrin and Harper Wrigley scored in double digits with 10 points apiece. Makoa Packenow had 5. Sophia Herringer 3. Opal Bitts and Kate Erickson had 2 points each. And Layla Thompson with 1 for Shiloh's total of 33. Pretty impressive win tonight for Watford City. And what a way to send out the senior class of 2026.
Boy, it sure is. I mean, Coach Tom Dwyer's got a lot to be proud of tonight. The way his girls played, just 9 turnovers. That's almost unheard of. We certainly haven't seen that this year. It's kind of uncharacteristic, actually. So, and just watching these girls come together and blossom as a class and as a team, I think that with just a few games left coming into postseason, I think Tom's got to be real happy with what he sees right now in the Watford City Wolves.
Certainly, and Shiloh Christian, they didn't have a whole lot to play for as far as postseason seeding goes. They're pretty much locked into that 4 spot already, so they know they're going to be there. They don't know exactly who their first round opponent is going to be, but it's a pretty likely scenario if they can win their first round game that they would likely match up with the Hazen Bison in the region semifinals, who Shiloh Christian has played very well so far this season. And even though they're under 500 at the moment, they still have everything to play for throughout this postseason.
Absolutely. You know, Shiloh's record is not indicative of how good that team is. That's a good team that was out there tonight, and they do match up well against Hazen. So I look for Shiloh to finish strong. Watford City, I think, has Dickinson Trinity on Monday.
Yep.
So we'll see how that works out. That's a day off, a school day off. So
right.
Things will be a little out of sync, I would guess, just knowing how ordinary days are supposed to roll.
Yep.
But I really look forward to the tournament time. I think Shiloh and Watford City have bright things ahead of them.
It's been such a fun tournament in the first 2 years of this 3-division system, and I'm sure it will not disappoint this year as well. That tournament this year will be down in Fort Yates. Standing Rock is the host team for that Division A Region 4 girls basketball tournament. The senior night festivities continuing down on the court. Everybody getting some pictures taken with this senior class. We blinked, and this season is almost over. The regular season, as Ross mentioned, just 1 regular season game left for the Wolves as they travel to Dickinson Trinity to take on the Titans on Monday. And then that'll do it for the regular season. They'll go into that game with a record of 15-5. That'll do it for our broadcast here tonight. We want to thank all of the sponsors who make the broadcast of these games possible on Game Day Media. I want to thank my outstanding crew tonight. Ross Sundin was a great color commentator and sideline reporter down there, getting all the inside scoop. Great job, Ross. And our outstanding cameraman this evening was Matt Gonzalez. And a great job in the producer chair tonight by Coy Hartle. That'll do it for me. My name is Titus Stenberg, signing off from the Rough Riders Center at Watford City. So long, everybody.
Tonight's Game Day Media broadcast was brought to you by RTC Networks, Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust, Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, attorneys at law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels LLC, McKenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank, TNT Measurements Incorporated, Northern States Fishing Tools, WCAG Church, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Wolfpack Booster Club, Sorensen Ranch, BNC National Bank, Best Angus and Quarter Horses of Watford City, NCC,